Hi, powerful leaders. This episode is from a live training that I do weekly inside my Facebook group called the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders Community. Feel free to join us inside the group so I can get to know you better and I can answer any questions you might have. I just love the live interaction, answering to your question, listening to your stories. There is so much power in connecting in a deeper way, and I really hope you do take this invitation. The way I edit these episodes is really to give you all the value, but if you want to have the live interaction, ask any questions, and get them answered by me, please join us in the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders community. I can't wait to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Today's topic is all about your number one enemy in business. And can you guess what that is? It's us. It's us that we make all these assumptions and we're assuming and we're putting those limiting beliefs and this self-sabotage on our goals and our dreams. And it takes a lot of awareness and intentionality in order to keep track and focusing on what's important. So I want to dive deeper into this today. So I want to talk about focusing on the potential instead of the limitations, right? So instead of saying, I'm afraid I'm going to fail, let's flip it and say, I'm not failing. I'm always experimenting. I'm always learning and growing, and it's serving me and my purpose. Instead of saying, I cannot do this, this is too much work, let's say, how can I make this fun to do and go with it? Instead of saying, I don't know where to start, this is confusing, why aren't we saying, I'll be resourceful and I'll find out how by getting into the rooms with the people who've been there, right? Instead of saying, I don't have a big enough audience, no one wants to listen to me, no one wants to buy from me. What if we say quality over quantity always? And that are people right now in our audience who want to pay us, right? So it's all about removing those limiting things that we're putting on ourselves, right? If I'm going to do this if I get this first, or I'm going to be worthy enough to do XYZ when I accomplish XYZ first, right? We're imposing those limitations on ourselves to really protect us from having to try, go the extra mile, and perhaps face failure. And I don't really believe in failure, to be honest. I believe everything we go through has a purpose in our evolution, in our growth. And when you see things that way, I guarantee you're actually going to be excited to try new things and fail, quote unquote. And it's also like a protection mechanism that wants to keep us safe, because that's all our brain is wired to do, is to keep us safe. So if we're going outside our comfort zone, doing things we haven't done before, trying new things that are scary, our brain is like, wait a minute, you cannot do this because there's this, there's that, this, that, this. So your brain is finding evidence that what you're about to do is not safe. So you come up with all these reasons not to move forward and not to do the thing that is scary, right? And as entrepreneurs, as women in business, it's actually our job to, yes, acknowledge the thoughts, the patterns, the beliefs that come up, and to be aware of it and not judge it, and say to ourselves, how can I make this thing work, right? I know I'm afraid, but I'm so excited to do this. I trust myself. I trust the higher powers, and I got this, right? It's always that internal talk that we got to be aware of, because what we speak into the world, what we think, we attract. So we got to be really, really aware of that. And it's also a question about, how important is this for me? How important is it for me to make an impact? How badly do I want to leave a legacy? How much am I willing to risk to achieve my dreams, to achieve my goal, to help others, to make a difference in the world? Because we forget why we even started this in the first place. And this is why we spiral down in our thoughts and our beliefs that are keeping us small. But when we remind ourselves of why we started this, it makes things 10 times much more easier. So think about that. Think about why you started this in the first place. This is so important, and this is what I come back to every single time. And this is what truly helped me push through, because this is not an easy journey, right? And we all know this, and it's so easy to stay stuck in those limiting beliefs, right? So it's really about focusing on why we started, being aware, being intentional with our thoughts, our words, what we're saying to ourselves. And it's really to desire like where we're going, right? It's to look at the journey and understanding that it's not a straight line, right? We're going to have detours and bumps and pivots and roads, and we're going to fall down and get back up and learn from every single situation. So it's really, how can I get back up with a good attitude, a good mindset? And when you do this, you actually become unstoppable, because nothing can stop you. Not even like some challenges and bumps in the road can stop you. And this is the power, the leadership that people actually want to notice. Like when they go online, they want to see that. They want to feel that. So how can you share more of that in your content and how you show up? How can you share with your people the situations and experiences you have gone through and how they've made you stronger and better? And how did that help you grow and get to the next level, right? People love these types of stories. They love to see how you got to where you are today, right? So when was the last time you shared some of these experiences? Let me know. Most people are actually afraid of sharing these things because they think, oh no, I gotta reach a certain level or reach a certain milestone in order to share that, instead of just sharing it when they're going through it, right? So people crave that. They crave that authenticity, and they crave those stories that makes you relatable. Exactly. It makes you more relatable. Plus, when you do that, when you actually share as you go, when you're authentic and relatable, you're also going to start showing up confidently, because you are you. You're not trying to be someone else you're not, right? You are confidently you, and you learn how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's not easy to share those stories, to show up vulnerably, to be authentic. But the more you do it, the more you'll realize that people actually love it. Like they're really appreciative and grateful for you to do that, right? And it gives them that permission for them to also do it themselves. So it's also like cultivating that bravery and starting to take more imperfect action, right? Because that's the thing. Our brain wants to keep us safe, and it signals to you, oh no, this is not safe right now. You cannot do this. But when you actually rewrite the script and be like, yes, I'm scared to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways, you're actually building that muscle, that imperfect action muscle, that consistency that is proving your brain wrong, right? I did the scary thing and I'm still alive and I'm not dead and everything went well, right? Because it's not a death situation. Nothing bad is going to happen, because we tend to overthink and over exaggerate things. But essentially, it's pretty simple,
but we gotta tap in further and deeper. Yeah, so the more you do the scary thing, take imperfect action consistently every day, in the end, you're gonna realize, oh, this is so possible for me, right? I can do this. This is easier than I thought. And this will happen and can happen sooner than I thought it could, right? Because sometimes we keep our dreams so far down the timeline and we're actually putting that limitation. No, it's going to take a year. It's going to take 2 years. But what if it takes a week instead? What if it takes 3 days instead, right? Those timelines are limitations that we're putting on ourselves. So play with that. Play with the what ifs. Play with the potentiality of what's possible, right? I know this seems a little woo-woo, but it's so true when you think about it. Anything is possible. Like, when was the last time that you told your brain, find the evidence that this is possible? I'm sure there are a lot of evidence all around you that it can happen sooner than you think. And instead of seeing it like, another win, she's celebrating another win, another this, another that, see it as evidence that that's possible for you as well, right? We're all mirrors, we're all reflections. And if it's in your zone right now, if you're seeing it constantly, it's a reminder that it's possible for you. So I hope this makes sense, but I truly believe that this is one of the things that truly, truly helped me, keep moving forward despite all the things that can happen. It's like, no, I can overcome anything, right? I'm not going to let those limiting beliefs, those limitations stop me from getting to where I want to go. So the power is in your hands. You decide what you want to create. You are the master here. And I have a lot of different ways that I can help you and guide you in this journey. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.